Hello, we're here to talk today about the November 26, 2008 incident in Mumbai. It started off with a ship being seized, and the attackers launched from that mother ship in small inflatable craft, and they landed in Mumbai. Once ashore, the attackers moved to the Kalaba police station, most likely as a single unit, and they attacked. The group then broke into smaller teams and headed for their assigned targets. At least one police van was hijacked, and the terrorists drove around the city, firing automatic weapons from the truck at random targets. Their targets included the train station, the Leopold Cafe, the Gamma Hospital, the Metro Cinema, the Taj Mahal Palace Hotel, and the Oberoi Hotel. Several bombs and grenades were tossed into the lobbies and in other areas of the hotels, and gunmen opened fire indiscriminately in the hotel lobbies, at the cafe, in the cinema, the train station, and the Jewish Center. Throughout the attacks, the gunmen significantly targeted those with foreign passports, most notably Americans, British, and Israelis. The attackers also held hostages. This hostage situation proved to be the most difficult for the police to handle, especially at the hotels. It was not until over 200 national security guards, commandos, and other naval and army forces were deployed to Mumbai that the situation was brought under control on November 29th. The attacks left 179 dead and over 300 wounded. Among the casualties were many foreigners and 14 police officers. Most of the attacks consisted of small arms fire, along with the use of grenades and bombs. In at least one case, torture was used by the perpetrators on their victims. Perpetrator strengths, planning and reconnaissance. Communications among the terrorists were excellent. They're great at assaults. Their weaknesses? They had no protection against chemical weapons. They lacked night vision equipment. While communication was a strength, it could also be a weakness because what information they were receiving came through voice over IP or cell phones, which could be shut down in the future. They also benefited from the media showing real-time security forces movements. Now, I've gone to Mumbai. I've walked every attack route from the landing to each of the locations that the terrorists targeted. We've interviewed personnel at each location. Based upon that and based upon other sites that we've visited, other interviews we've conducted, let's talk a little bit about what some general recommendations might be. At a strategic level, India clearly needs better border control measures. They need better intelligence. They need to be conducting penetration operations of threat groups. Locally, they need better hotel security, and they need to integrate immediate action plans at those hotels with local police. They need to upgrade their special units, and everybody needs training in hostage rescue and active shooter scenarios, including the use of chemical weapons and smoke. Night operations or low visibility assault training by well-equipped security forces needs to be conducted. Command and control was also a weakness. We need exercises of their command staff. And we have to be ready to shut down voice over IP and cell phone communications if we know the enemy is making use of them. We need the cooperation of media. There should have been a blackout of real-time security forces movements and plans. One of the key recommendations is always information sharing. Clearly, in this case, we did not do a good job of sharing and acting upon information. Now, this is an area that people have looked to TSSI for assistance for many years. Thanks for visiting with us today. Now, these summary comments just touch the surface. More detail would not be appropriate for a public forum such as this. But if you have a need to manage information sharing or to address this type of threat, call on TSSI. We have a demonstrated track record that shows we know how to win against terrorism. Thank you.
Gotta go on.